What is up everyone and welcome back to the SW Bricks and Figs channel. Today is another weekly mock building update where I build my mock entitled Building Coruscant, the Hunt for Ahsoka. So this is a scene from season 5 of the Clone Wars if you are unfamiliar, basically where Ahsoka is escaping from Fox and the rest of the Coruscant Guard. I hope you guys enjoy this week's episode. I've really had a lot of fun making this episode, so I hope you do end up enjoying. Make sure to leave your feedback in the comment section down below. Before we get into this, if you're wondering where those awesome shock troopers are from, those have printed bodies from a company called Minifigcustoms. They've been supporting me for a long time, so make sure you go check them out and you can use my code SWBricks10 for 10% off. But without further ado, subscribe, leave a like on the video, and let's get straight into it. Right, before we get started, we have a load of pieces to have a look at today. So we've got another bricklink order that's just arrived. I'm going to go through this really quickly before we get into some of the buildings. So you can see tons and tons of pieces in here. Some of these are actually for my gunship. I believe these are possibly for the gunship, or they might be filler brick. I can't remember which one's which now, but yeah, these are all for sort of like filler brick, just to help spread out and save pieces by using these big tool pieces. These can definitely help save loads of bricks and stuff like that. So these are really useful. And then you can see we have a ton of these ones right here. So these are for the staircases. If you've been watching closely, you'll notice that I used a load of these, and I'm going to need a ton more to make all the different staircases. And then same with these are also for the staircases. You also saw there's a few of these clip pieces. These are for the bridges and the walkways sort of things. Still need more of those to finish them off. And then finally there's a couple more pieces in here for the gunship. I wonder if you guys can guess what gunship I'm actually going to be making for this one. You can see these dark blue might give it away there, but yeah, then finally there's a couple more of these, which again are just for filler brick. But yeah, let's carry on with the video and get straight into some building. So the first thing to work on was building up a bit of filler brick behind the actual main wall here. So you can see I'm working on this. I'll let you finish off the time lapse and I'll cut back in and explain everything once this is done. Okay, so you just saw me trying to work on the first bit of the snot platform. So basically what I wanted to do was to have this sort of dark bluish grey running into the light bluish grey in a nice sort of transition. So what I did was I've made this little piece right here with all these different, these are actually these spring-loaded shooters on their sides like this. And it makes for a nice little transition between the dark grey and the light grey. What I need to do now is raise it up by 1, so this will be level with the end of the bridge and all the tiles that are going to run along this first bit here. So this should turn out pretty good. I'm really hoping this does look good in the end. And hopefully it will make for a nice little transition in there, and then we'll start moving on to where we're going to have the actual snot platform. So basically, for this entire upper section, not just this bit, but all the way across to the back of the mock, we're going to have a sort of transition between lots of different areas of snot, as well as different areas of like piping and stuff like that, grills, and then also just areas of light bluish grey tiles. So I'm just going to try and spruce it up and make as much variety in this entire landing platform as possible as I go back. Obviously it's going to be pretty big, so we're going to need a ton of different stuff. So I thought rather than just using tiles or just using snot, I'm going to use a mixture of both. So that's what you're going to see me build for pretty much most of this mock build series in the coming weeks and months. But yeah, basically this is what I'm starting to plan out so I can work out the height. And luckily all I need to do is add a layer of plate onto here, like filler plate, and then I will be ready to go. Okay, so now we have this built up with 1 layer of plate. Obviously I'm going to have to do this across the entire side once I've got that all built up. But this is just sort of a prototype to work on what I'm going to do. I might still need to change a few things. I think I still need to go over the top of this sort of room here. So that's still something I've got to work on. But basically this should now sit sort of flush with the level of the tiles, which is really good right there. So that's going to be good. And then all I need to do is just lay down more tiles here, which is going to look good. And then probably go around the outside with tiles. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this yet, but yeah, pretty much what I'll do is just have little areas of snot, and then maybe I'll go back for a couple of studs, and then I'll do an area of like tiles and stuff, and then I'll go with another area of snot over here, just so I can add different details and stuff like that into the platform and just make it nice and textured and that sort of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, okay, but the only thing really holding me back is these pipes. So once I've got those finished, then I can actually install them and finally start working on that area over there. So obviously I've built up like half of this area right here, if you can see. So I've done all of this side, just still got to do all of that side, and then I can start working my way back. So once I've got these pipes in, then I can really start going with all of the filler brick and everything like that. I'm going to try and build this up a bit more in today's video. Obviously you can see it's quite dense up here, and then it gets into more like sort of spaced out bricks where I can save lots more bricks back there. I do also need to work out whether I'm going to do this sort of like light bluish grey border on that side as well. I know you won't be seeing that side of the mock, but I feel like I still should do it. I'm still undecided on that one, so let me know what you think in the comments. I definitely don't have the most light bluish grey, and it would take up a ton of light bluish grey bricks to go all the way around the outside and the back as well. But let me know what you think of that. I think I probably will, just in case I end up taking it to a convention or anything like that. But yeah, let me know what you think of that, and I definitely just need to start working on this. The only thing really holding me back is the ends of these. I've ordered the pieces to finish off these, and then once I have those, I can literally get these permanently installed, and then we won't have a problem at all, which is really good. But yeah, till then, I probably can't get these permanently installed unless I just sort of have to rip off these ends every time that I put the pipes in. But yeah, I'm going to try and work on a bit more of that this episode, and then do a few more other things. I've got more parts for stairs, so I'm going to try and work on a few different stair designs, rethink how I'm going to do these, and then move on with this episode. Okay, so I've been experimenting with a few different techniques for this. I'm not going to actually put this here, but I've started to work on this little technique where I can include piping sort of like into the actual sort of snot work. So this is actually a pretty sick technique. I think it looks pretty good. It's basically using the little pieces in the back there, the sort of half panel pieces, and then using different bar pieces and flex tubes. So I'm definitely going to try and do this later on. The one thing is you can kind of see the underside of that one. So what I might try and do is when I have a bit bigger set of snot work, I'll try and do like a double version. So it's two pipes and facing each way, so it kind of like scoops in together and looks really good like that. So yeah, this is the sort of thing I'm going to try and do to spruce up the snot work. Obviously this is not going to go here. It would look kind of weird if you came off the walkway straight into a pipe right there, but yeah, we're going to see what we can do, and I think that looks pretty epic. And I've got loads of these different pipes and stuff, so I'm definitely going to try and use some of those in my snot work. The best thing about me using snot is I can literally just pull these pieces out and then change them up and carry on building no matter when I want to, and that's really useful to go back in and add any details that I want to do in the mock. So that's going to be something that I use heavily in this mock, and I would definitely recommend you guys include this in your mocks. It just makes stuff so much easier. Okay guys, we have made progress. So you can see this little room is now fully enclosed. We've got all of this area done. So what I did was I used a load of these big Technic bricks and actually used pins and stuff to connect them, so it was nice and strong in there. So loads of Technic pins are running across that way, and then I did a load of pieces running across this way just to sort of secure it on top, and it is super solid now. So I've got this little room completely done. All I need to do now is just basically design the interior for this room. So what it would be is like the walls all the way around the outside, and it would look a lot better when it's all completely done. It looks very plain right now, but yeah, it's not going to be too far until I start the next wall, probably like just a couple studs into the next base plate when I add that on. But yeah, you can see I pretty much stopped by the end of the base plate there, so I'm just sort of leaving that for now, and then that is pretty much worked on. So I'm pretty happy with the way this has come out. I'm really enjoying this bit right now. It's quite fun doing all this filler, but basically we've got like a little bit of snot, the tiles, then we're gonna have snot again, and then above this is going to be all tiles, just because I didn't really want to lay snot straight on top. I wanted to make sure this was nice and secure, so we're going to have tiles back again here, but I've figured this out, and it's all going to be the perfect width, I think, for a layer of snot here. So that's why I'm going to add some more details like these pipes and loads of other stuff like that, maybe some masonry bricks and some different details in there, which will look really good. But yeah, pretty happy with the way this is coming out so far. The one thing I am worried about is having all these tiles. I need a lot of tiles for both where the snot ends as well as going all the way around the outside. So also I need these tiles for my stairs, so I don't have a tremendous amount of these. I did buy a load for my Jedi Temple mock, but yeah, you can see we're going to need a load of those 1x8s for the stairs, and these are pretty pricey, so hopefully I've got enough, but I'm going to try and figure out a different way to do it. Maybe I'll start the tiles in line with this here, so it'll go all the way to the edge, but I'll have to figure that out and experiment with some different things. But yeah, pretty happy with this. I think the next thing I'm going to turn my attention to this week is that area over there. So basically I've got to build up this front section and then do what I did over here over there, so it'll be nice and sort of built up, and hopefully I can get a load of that done this week. Okay, so I didn't get a tremendous amount of this filler brick done. I put down loads of these doorway pieces and then sort of worked on a bit that's pressed up against the wall, but I didn't get all of this done. I managed to get a decent amount done, but I'm definitely going to come back in here either later on this episode or in next week's episode. Then I moved my attention onto the staircases. So you can see I had a few problems with these, and I was going to change them up in this week's episode. So I decided to extend them at the tops and add loads more stairs. So this is going to be a lot better. It's not going to be quite as steep. I know it is still quite steep, but you won't be able to notice it as much when the railings are in and everything else. But yeah, you can see I built a whole new set of stairs as well, which is really good. But enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll cut back in at the end. So there you can see I've got two almost completed staircase designs, obviously one leaning up against the actual pipes and one leaning up against that back wall. I am thinking about adding another one opposite the one on the left there onto the other pipe on the other side, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we do come to it. I'm pretty happy with these. All I have to do now is just add the railings in. I do have a bit of a problem with the bottom of the staircase. I'm not entirely happy with that, so I might have to adapt that and change that up as we go along. But yeah, overall pretty happy with these, and they're definitely a very fiddly technique, so I'm glad to have got them done. So that just about wraps up this episode of Building Coruscant, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I'm really excited with what I've managed to get done this week and what I'm sort of heading towards in the future. I'm really enjoying this mock so far. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I think it's really cool to see my visualizations finally coming into Lego form, and I'm really excited. I'm literally just getting started with this mock, guys, so we have a ton left to do on this mock, and I'm really hyped for it, so I hope you guys are as well. So make sure to leave your feedback and comments in the comment section down below. Do you have any areas that you want to improve or work on? I think the main question for you guys is, do I put that back wall in light bluish grey or in just coloured filler brick? Let me know that in the comment section down below. That's probably the most important thing I have to decide right now. Another thing is, for minifig wise, I'm definitely going to be getting some more Coruscant Guard troops very shortly. I'm really excited to sort of build up my army of those guys to use in this mock. Also, how cool is this little face decal that I just added to my Commander Fox? I don't think it's really going to be relevant in the actual mock. I don't think you'll see him with his helmet off, but still pretty sick nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and check out my other social media such as TikTok. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe. Goodbye.